No. Yeah, no, I'm okay with it. Ready?
Yeah.
It's time, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Fatties Over 40 podcast. Starring Big Mike Blanco and Jonesy and Mike Black. There you go. You're welcome.
That's a good opening. I like that.
I like it. It's
I
good. I like it.
And the Peanut Gallery over here to the left. Hey, Mr. Mormon.
He's doom scrolling. He's too busy.
Yeah.
Well, we are here today.
Ladies and gentlemen, dearly beloved.
We're gathered here today.
We're getting married?
Are we?
No,
Do you
we're
want to get married?
What?
Will you marry me?
gathered here today.
We're already married.
love.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
All three of
True
us are married.
It's 2025.
I'm a Mormon, so I can have, more than one.
True story. True story. This is not Utah, my friend.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know if we could do that.
Bro. Come on. Calm down with that.
I don't know if that's still okay. Is that a thing? I don't know. But it feels good to be back here at the shop.
It is.
Yes. Welcome back, boys and girls.
Thank you for having us again.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming down
Of
and joining
course,
us.
of
Much
course.
obliged.
You'll be back on again in a few episodes.
Heck yeah.
Have a little bit bigger one. But,
What episode are you guys on now?
This is 74.
God damn.
not 73.
You guys
Oh, is
started.
it 74?
You guys started
Oh.
after me, and you have way more episodes than me.
Yeah,
I think
you
I'm
had
at
your-
like 60. I'm at like 62.
No. But you had your other show first, though.
I had like 5 episodes.
Yeah, but Mike on the Mic was still, you still had you had like 10 shows, I feel like.
No, it was like 5.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh.
I didn't know what I was doing.
We still don't
We
know
didn't,
what we're
yeah.
doing.
We're still figuring it out as we go.
You guys have a good setup, man. I had a like a
You had a-
webcam.
You had a living room table and 4 chairs and
Yeah.
a webcam.
That happens. Got to start somewhere, right?
Yep. So, what cigars did you give us today?
So I gave Mike a Espinosa Crema, and that's a really good stick. It's a light one. It's
Very
I
nice.
tell people it's like a morning cigar, like goes really good with coffee.
Oh.
Then I gave you a Tabac Especial.
I
You
like
got
how
to say it
that.
with like a little like Puerto Rican flair. So yeah, and that's a mild and sweet one,
Which is
from
exactly what I asked.
Drew Estate. Yeah,
I like
it's a
it.
good one.
What do you got?
I'm smoking a La Ranja by Espinosa. Shout out to Josh Bowling from Espinosa.
Is he local?
He is. He's my local rep.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Good dude. Really good dude.
Nice.
One of my good friends.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't want to drink today, which I don't blame you. We tend to alcohol you up
Well,
sometimes when you drink.
yeah, you guys got me drunk last time. It's like because I had my birthday party right after that, and so it didn't help at all that
So we
I
started
drank
you off
here.
right.
Yeah, but then I didn't remember what happened after like 11 o'clock. So thanks, guys.
Pre-gaming.
Yeah, yeah.
See?
But pre-gaming at like 2 o'clock.
Help you
It's
be
not like a
I
young.
feel,
date.
I feel like The Rock right
It's
now.
a young man's game, and
What
I'm not
can
young
I say
anymore.
except you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
But no, we had a bourbon bottle share last night with the Kansas City Whiskey Guild. So
Oh.
I drank enough last night, so I am taking a break. Sundays and Mondays are my like chill days.
I don't
So,
blame you.
Yeah,
I don't blame you at all. Well, what'd you make us today, Blanco?
I did a little something different today. We went with a vodka-based drink because we never do vodka. So I did a classic vodka gimlet.
Nice.
It's just vodka, simple syrup, lime juice.
And we went a little heavy on the lime juice because, well,
We like
why not?
citrus.
Yep,
So
yep,
we do.
yep,
We always
yep.
talk about it. Every time we rate a drink, it's like, we need more citrus. We need more citrus.
All right. Well, I'm going to give this a solid 4.5. That's a really good drink.
out of
It's
what?
pretty good.
5.
Okay, I was like,
Not out of 10,
damn.
but no.
Man,
Really
you're
not a
big
drink.
Solid
Five.
4.5. It's a great
Terrible.
drink. Terrible.
Like, this is trash.
It's-
Why am I still drinking it? I'm drinking it to be nice, I guess.
Feel like I didn't have another one ready to go.
So,
So I had to do that. I also did a side one. This one I did with a traditional gin. It's delicious.
I bet. My secondary drink is a orange sugar-free Monster with cherry lemonade vodka in it. I haven't tasted it yet.
Interesting.
It
Orange
could be
with
weird.
cherry. Yeah, it might be a
I don't
little
know.
off.
I don't
Might
know.
be delicious. Might be
I
terrible.
don't know. There's the vodka's on top because I poured the Monster in
Isn't that a
first.
little
like,
dangerous for like an energy drink with like an upper and an alcohol that's like a downer?
Bro, we have to bring back Four Loko somehow.
Ooh, buddy. Yeah, those are illegal in like 47 states.
It's sugar-free. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
See,
it's
that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah,
No
the
sugar.
the
There's
sugar
no
is the problem in there. It's not the
clearly.
caffeine.
Not the alcohol, the caffeine.
It's not the taurine.
Yeah. It's not the
Vitamin B.
78 other ingredients that they have in there that no one can pronounce that are illegal in 47 states.
You guys act like that's a problem.
I don't think it's a problem at all.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad.
This gimlet's
Okay.
delicious.
Okay, just try to save your life. That's what I'm doing. Keep smoking cigars.
Yeah, right? Exactly. we're hitting all three bad habits at once. So
Yeah.
It's
it's
fine.
fine. It's fine. All right, well, the crux of today's show is to celebrate 3 years straight of Kansas City going to the Bowl of Supers.
Yes.
Bowl of supers. I like that.
Yeah, we can't say the
You
real
can't
world.
say the real
You
word.
say big game or bowl of soup. I like bowl of soup.
Yeah, I learned that with having a bowl of super football parties, not to post it like that online.
Yeah.
The other way.
Did you get?
No, the first time they were like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, my bad."
If I
Watch
give
party.
you a warning, give you a little slap on the wrist.
Watch party.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
don't do that, sir.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah, I guess I have to pay to say it.
Trademarks are a bitch.
Yep.
Which also, another trademark that we're going to have to hopefully deal with is a three-peat.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
I didn't. So I'm going off topic here. Sorry.
No, you're good.
You're good.
I didn't know
Finish
you
it.
can just like trademark just words. Like I'm just gonna trademark the word the. I can't say it unless you gotta pay me.
It'd be nice. I don't understand what the criteria are for this a lot of
Yeah.
times because we had the story not too long ago with the
did.
Taco Tuesday.
Yep. Taco Tuesday's trademarked.
Right.
It was.
It was by
It was a taco restaurant on the East Coast, maybe Connecticut or something, and then Taco Bell wanted to use it, so they sued and they eventually won.
Damn.
Yeah, well, Taco Bell's got that money.
Why
Yeah.
would Connecticut have a Taco Tuesday?
It was somewhere on the
Every
East.
state has.
I
it.
know.
It might have been a New
There's
Jersey
tacos
or
every
something.
state.
I don't know.
You can thank a professional athlete by the name of LeBron James
LeBron James
for making all those TikToks and shit about
Taco
Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday.
So that kind of brought it back to the forefront of
The
everything.
attention.
And yeah. So you having another Bowl of Supers watch party?
Yes, I am.
Sunday?
Yep. We're going to watch it on the big screen here. I'm going to post about it tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah. And we're going to have some food, and that's it. Yeah. So I will say I've been in business for 2 years.
Congratulations
Going
on that, by
on
the way.
3, I guess. I don't know.
You're in your third year.
Well,
I feel like.
It'll
Or is it 2.5?
it'll be my 2-year anniversary in March, so technically going after that 3.
Okay.
But every year I've been open, they've won the Super Bowl. So I'm not saying it's because of me and the shop, but maybe you guys should keep me open and keep winning.
I agree.
We have a locker, so we contribute.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
We contribute. Mm-hmm. We buy cigars.
Yep,
Do we
It's our
can.
local spot.
yeah.
I shout you out. I like your videos.
Heck
we
yeah.
do that.
I got 3 good ones coming out.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Which, this isn't about the Bowl of Supers, but your videos are some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah. That's what happens
I
when
don't
I
know
get
who
bored.
comes up with the ideas for those, if it's you or Dave.
It's
or...
me and Eastside. They got to run my podcast. We
Okay.
just send videos back and forth to each other and kind of say like, all right, which one are we going to do? And then I normally pick the most stupid one. And then it's like, yeah, that one's good. So,
I like it.
yeah.
Hey,
One of these days, I'd like to be down here when they film one. And
Yeah,
sneak
and
into
it always is like, because we filmed it on
I feel like they're like random.
Friday or Saturday. I think we did
Yeah.
it on Friday. And we used people that were just in here. Like, it's got to be in here. And then you get the lucky chance to be on the marketing video.
you too can be an extra in the
Yeah,
marketing
you
video.
too
All
can
you
be
have
an-
to do is be here.
Just be here at the right time. Yep.
Buy a cigar and you be here.
Yep. That's the way it goes. But yeah, I'm excited for the three-peat. Hopefully we get it. I have learned not ever to bet against Mahomes. So it scares me, of course, because like I don't want to be overly confident, but
Oh, you don't want to be a homer like the peanut gallery over there is?
yeah. But I'm sure he's like, oh, Eagles gotta win.
No, he won't. No, Mormon
I will
is the
never-
biggest Kansas City sports homer, I think, in the world. Like, he is not the Homer Simpson that goes into the grass. Like, he will stand out there with his shirt off.
Oh yeah, I'm the same, but I'm just always afraid to like shout it out because
See, he's not.
because I don't want to be like I'll shout it out and they lose and they're like,
"Hi,
oh,
motherfucker."
see, I'm like
I will never bet against Kansas City.
yeah, very true. But I also am the first person, and I think it's kind of funny, but that I'm like this, but I just take it. But if they like have one bad quarter, I'm like, this is it. They're the worst team in the world. Like, throw the team away, trade everybody. I do it all the time. If they lose one game, I'm like, it's the worst team in the world.
That sounds like Renee.
That does sound.
That sounds like Renee from Tying Delight, our buddy, the pizza.
But then
King.
it was like it's got to the point to where like my buddies get so annoyed and my friends get so annoyed that I just kind of almost do it on purpose now.
so,
it's like
so
they
you're a troll.
lose,
So
I'm
you like
just-
to troll people.
Kinda, but I'm like, but I kind of feel that way still. Still, it's not really a troll if I still feel that way. Like they lose, I'm just like, God, this team's god awful.
And
Like,
then, are
what
you
we
like,
doing?
see, I told you.
Yeah,
they
and
were
they're
gonna
like,
lose.
when they lost to Buffalo, they were like 9-1. I'm like, this team is garbage.
Going nowhere.
Golly.
Absolutely
Like, what are
nowhere.
they doing? A Russian defense is horrible.
We're gonna be
Like,
lucky to make
we're
the
not gonna
playoffs
win
at this
anything.
point.
We're still
Yeah.
number one seed
Yeah,
with 5
it's
weeks left in the
horrible.
season, but fuck it, it's
Yeah,
over.
over. Trade the team. Mahomes, turn the Jets.
Like Simmons, they've already clinched the playoff spot. It doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter.
They're not.
Yeah,
gonna
they
make
lost
the
to Denver.
playoffs.
I'm like, what are we doing here?
And he didn't. Mahomes didn't even play.
Yeah, I know.
You're like, there's like 3 starters in there.
I'm just like, what this defense is
And then put
horrible.
2 snaps, and then they were out of there, so it was all backups from that point. He's like, fuck this team, fuck these backups.
Yeah,
you need
God,
guts
it's
to win the Super
horrible.
Bowl, damn it. Let's
Yeah.
go.
How are we going to win these backups? Golly.
So then, what was your take on the Buffalo game in the playoffs? Then, how were you pins and needles during that
The
game?
whole entire game. But then it's like when we won, and I say we because I was part of it.
You are part of it.
So
Clearly,
it's
the
like-
top 2 years Super Bowl back. I mean,
Yeah,
you're part
they,
of it, man.
They owe a lot to me.
They did.
But when we won, like it was a sense of like joy, right? Like, oh, we beat Buffalo 4 years straight. But then it went almost immediately to like, God, I feel bad for Josh Allen.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually do feel bad
Yeah.
for that dude a little bit.
And it's like,
A
'cause,
little
like
bit.
I didn't
Yeah,
want to
a little
lose to
bit.
Buffalo just because I didn't want to hear that, like Buffalo and Lamar and oh my God, Buffalo, Baltimore, and Cincy. Like those 3 teams I always want to beat because I always hate hearing like, though those quarterbacks going to take over from Mahomes. Like I'm just like, shut up.
all
Like,
year.
all year.
All year.
So,
Josh Allen
but
is the
it was
best
like-
quarterback
yeah.
in the NFL.
But like the way that Buffalo's franchise just like
they're terrible.
It's a curse.
it feels like it
Well-
because it's like they lost. Who goes to 4 Super Bowls straight and loses? That's
a
to be
curse.
The worst. I would rather not ever go to Super Bowl than lose 4 straight.
yeah, I'd rather be the Detroit Lions and
Yeah,
never go and be like,
that's
I've had
horrible.
really good teams. You've never made it to the Super Bowl. Like, yeah, but I've never
get
lost
your
the Super Bowl.
hopes up every year. But then, like, they've lost to the Chiefs for 4 straight times, and it's like, yeah. So after they won, I'm like, man, like, I felt a little bad for Josh for a second. I'm like, man, that really sucks.
Well, did you see the press conference with him? Like he literally came off the field and goes straight to the thing, and he's just like,
Well, he didn't know what to say.
I know what's what I'm saying.
It's
He was
like,
like,
I don't know.
and like his whole
Yeah, it's like,
Sucks.
this
Said it all.
worst.
Losing
one, and
sucks.
he's like, well, I guess to be the man, you have to beat the man. Like I was so hoping somebody in the crowd was gonna be like, woo, just Ric Flair the shit out of it on him, and then he'd have been like, really, really,
It's a
guys?
love-hate relationship with Allen.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
just glad that we're in it.
Yeah,
I still worry about the Eagles and Saquon Barkley because I don't worry about their pass offense.
yeah, but I do remember when we played Derrick Henry when he was the Titans. They had the #1 rushing offense a couple years ago, and they like limited him to 20 yards. And I know
22
Saquon
yards.
Barkley
Yep.
is a completely different running back, but I feel like Spags kind of has a plan. And I know they have a horrible rushing defense, but it's a Super Bowl. Like
He's got 2
one
weeks to prepare
game.
for them.
Here's the thing.
1 game left.
With what you're saying, 8 games in this run so far of the Super Bowl back-to-back, going for the three-peat. We have not allowed a 100-yard rusher in that span.
Yeah,
Not one. And we've gone against some
did.
very, very good ones.
not in the playoffs.
Not
Yeah.
in the last 8 games. They have not had 100. I mean,
Not
I don't
100-yard
count the
rusher in the
Denver
playoffs.
game. The Denver game does not count because they put up 200 and some
Playoffs
odd
only.
yards.
This is
but-
playoffs.
or, yeah,
This is in the playoffs.
You know what baffled me, and so what I don't understand about what happens with the Chiefs when teams play the Chiefs in the playoffs. I forgot who said it, but it was like when teams play the Chiefs, they try to like come up with some magnificent plan that's
Yes.
out of their game plan.
Yes.
And they're like, we have to beat them this way because it's the only way. And what the Chiefs do is they play whatever game is brought to them. Like,
Yes.
so if you're going to play us this way, we're just going to beat you in that way.
Ooh.
Like they don't change their game plan. They play whatever game is brought to them.
Baltimore last year was a prime example of that.
Yeah, and
They
I
ran
would, so
the ball.
what I was going to say is like
Yeah.
when we played Buffalo this year, they remember the start of the third quarter, they ran the ball 15 or 16 times out of 17 plays.
Yep.
And they scored right away. And I remember Tony Romo was like, they figured it out. Like, they got it. Like, just run the ball. And then Buffalo,
Fourth quarter.
I don't know whose decision this was. They're like, all right, that worked. Let's stop doing that.
Hey,
Force the same
yeah.
way.
Put the ball back in Josh Allen's hand. He needs to do something.
Yeah, they're like, all right, we scored, and then KC, I think they might have scored right away, and they're like, oh, okay, now we got to pass. Like, what are you doing? Like, we couldn't stop James Cook, and they
No.
were just like, yeah, we did that and it worked. Let's try to figure out another way. And I was like, what are they doing?
I think that's the problem with the league as a whole, is they try so hard to get away from their game because they're like, oh, Kansas City has us scouted all of a sudden. This is working. Oh, wait. We have to try something different so that they don't figure us
Yeah,
out. Like,
we gotta
everybody's
trick
so
'em.
scared of Spags
Yeah.
and his ability to change on the fly that they have to change what's working.
It's not only that, it's the boogeyman. We have the boogeyman effect right now, where you've got the
They
losers
don't
lament.
want Patrick Mahomes with the ball.
Not only that, you heard it from D'Amico Ryans, and you heard it from McDermott afterwards. I told the guys before, you're not going to get any calls.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we got.
That's
so
a
you go in with
loser's
a
mentality.
You go with a defeated, like you already lost.
Yeah.
If that's what you go into the game with, you've
Yeah.
already lost, and so you're already off your rocker. You're like, we normally run the ball, but we got to just blow up because we have to go against Patrick Mahomes. We have to score 35 points, or you could run the ball.
Yeah,
Have a 17-10 game and win, but you don't do that. So
Yeah, because which I did like the fourth quarter. Leo Chanel was on Josh Allen's ass, like we said from the very beginning should happen. Because that's what happened. That's what Spags didn't do in the first game against Buffalo. Is they didn't have a spy.
Oh, I think also the reason I have to also remember that the first, like the regular seasons of the Chiefs doesn't matter. And I have to always remember that. Like they
They are
just
vanilla.
play enough games to get to the playoffs.
Yep.
And then the season starts divisional round.
Well,
Or
11
wild
and 6
card.
last year.
Yeah,
like
they're just
everybody's
like,
oh,
all
they're
right,
garbage.
now
they're
let's
garbage.
play.
Yeah, and there's like,
But
hey,
then like they have a completely different playbook in the playoffs. Like Spags defense didn't look anything like it did like now. And then the offense, like, oh, now we're moving. Like now we can score 30
Hollywood
points.
Brown comes over the middle for 30 plus
Yeah.
yards in the first
But
drive.
now we can score 30 points in a game. Like what was this all year?
like it was
Actually call
easy.
it QB.
It wasn't
Yeah.
even as
Yeah, and they could have scored more. They just
easily.
They throw
were,
it back.
Yeah, they throw it back because they're like, we're going to run the timeout.
Yep.
They had the ball with like what 6 minutes left, and
I'm not gonna lie. I hate that about Andy Reid. I absolutely hate that. I wish he would just like the game against the Texans 2 years ago or 3 years ago when we were down 24-0, and then they hung 52 on them. Like that's what I want to see. I'm not gonna lie.
The problem
I wanna
is
see
we
that.
don't have that offense anymore.
We do currently though.
We don't.
We do.
We don't have Tyreek. I don't
no,
care what you
Tyreek.
say about Worthy. I love him. He's not
I'm not
Tyreek.
even worried about
But that's what it was. Having Kelsey in his prime, having Tyreek, and then
his
having
prime.
Sammy Watkins is way different than having an old decrepit Kelsey, an old decrepit Hopkins, a Hollywood that's just getting back into full swing, and a rookie that's coming into his own. That's not
are
the
mi-
same offense.
I think if Rice would have never got hurt, granted we would have never had
we would have had Hopkins.
we wouldn't have had Hopkins, but I don't think we would have needed him. If
Yeah.
Hollywood Brown doesn't go down in the preseason and Rice doesn't have a fluke,
Oh, we
fucking
never make
knee
that.
injury,
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like I think we would have been shut down for a lot of times, and like not necessarily shut down, but we would have had flashes of what we had before.
Yeah.
But
No, they'll be good. I mean, of course they're good. Their offense will get better in the next couple of years.
Oh,
I
yeah,
feel like
because
they're gonna
Rasheed
just-
and Worthy.
They're going to be drafting linemen and receivers the next couple years.
They have to draft a lineman. We have got to figure out that left tackle spot.
Well, they're going to lose 2, I believe. I think they're going to lose 2 linemen.
I think they're talking about signing Trey Smith right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tooney's going to be gone.
But Tooney's got still in contract. Still
Yeah, I think he's got one more year, right?
Yeah.
But Trey Smith should absolutely get a big
Yeah,
contract.
he's gone
Yeah.
after this year.
Trey Smith they're signing him. They've been talking about giving him a contract.
Dude, if they sign Trey Smith, that's huge because they're going to sign Humphrey too.
They already did.
They already got the
Yeah, he's the
extension
highest
signed.
paid center.
Yeah, Humphrey's good for like 3 more years.
Yeah, so
3 or
I
4.
think what they're saying is, so since they're signing Trey Smith, which I'm not mad about, then that means Nick Bolton's gone. Which Nick Bolton's great. Man can't cover a tight end to save his life.
Nope.
So
Nope, I'm
like,
okay with
and
him leaving.
I
Spags
wish they
loves
would have
him,
kept
though.
Willie Gay because he was a lot better coverage
Thank you.
linebacker, and he was really fast.
Thank you.
He just
But-
wasn't as smart.
Yeah, he was, but New Orleans got him for like a $4 or $5 million deal. I don't remember exactly.
It wasn't very expensive.
It was like
You're right.
1 year too.
You're like,
you really couldn't
maybe-
pay him that much.
Maybe he'll come back.
Yeah,
I'd
shit.
love
Maybe he's
I'd love to have him back.
hey, I tested the waters.
Yeah,
The waters
this
didn't work out for me.
sucks.
Hey,
Yeah.
Kansas City, you guys need another middle linebacker.
Here's
I
what we
get-
haven't talked about, and I'm curious to get both your opinions on this because going back to the big game, kind of looking forward a little bit, I don't think there's a question or any kind of debate. Their roster, everywhere except for quarterback, is better than the Chiefs.
Oh, absolutely.
And so if they can
On
spend
paper.
that kind of money,
Yeah.
I'm just like, you're spending
the
money.
Eagles?
The Eagles have so
Well,
much talent.
Most teams are so.
You've got Pro Bowlers
But
at
then
every
you got
goddamn position.
So the players, right? But then you have to think about this: who is a better head coach?
Oh no, coaching we have
Who
the
is a
edge.
better defensive coach?
Yeah,
Yeah. Who has a better
coordinators and
special
head
teams
coach.
Who has a better quarterback? If you got that mix,
Whoa.
because that's what they were saying
Hang
about
on, you're saying that Jalen Hurts is better than Mahomes, or is not as good as Mahomes? You're crazy.
who would say that?
Nobody.
Oh,
I'm like, nah,
but
you ask if
I
you say
remember
something
them
like
talking.
that.
I remember them talking about the Buffalo game. How everyone thought Buffalo was going to win, and someone said that they're like, Kansas City clearly has advantage because they have best coach, best defensive coach, best quarterback, best special teams.
Yeah.
and like going on, they're like, so why in the world would you think that they would lose? I'm like, I got a good point.
Because everybody's been, even though they were 15
Everyone's
and 1.
tired of seeing the Chiefs win.
Well, not only
If
that,
I
but-
wasn't a Chiefs fan, I would be like,
but it
fuck
goes back
it.
to the Patriots.
Yeah.
How much did we all hate when the Patriots were running through their 20 years of dominance? I mean, granted, there was a 10-year lull where
They didn't win
really
any
didn't
Super
do-
Bowls.
I will say I am the exact opposite. I like seeing dominant teams. Like all those years Alabama was winning, I liked seeing that.
I don't
And-
like
No,
Alabama
I know.
because Alabama.
But I like
I don't
it.
disagree with you.
But I like seeing like because it's like you don't ever get to see that really.
Right, I want
Like,
to see.
I wanna
I want to
see,
see
like-
greatness.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I also like. I'm going to root for you to lose because
Yeah.
I want somebody to be better than the greatest.
True. Yeah.
that's what
yeah.
I'm looking for.
But like I don't mind that like there was like the dominant Patriots for so long. Like I was like, yeah, it didn't bother me if they lost, but it was like, they win. That's kind of cool to see history because they kept winning and winning and
Well,
winning.
like-
it's like that whole Jordan thing. It's like,
yes.
like I'm not the huge like I love Michael Jordan, but I'm not a huge fan. But it was just like seeing him win all the time. Just like this is like greatness in front of you. that
Well,
you're
like
not-
we're kind of at that age because we're all close in age where we've got to see some of the best stars and the greatest dynasties in the last 30 years. Like hands down. Like we went through the Jordan era. We went through the Kobe era, the Kobe and Shaq era.
Went through the Tiger Woods era.
Absolutely. Like there have been great athletes in our lifetimes that I don't know that other generations have experienced that.
And we also caught the tail end of Gretzky to see his
Absolutely.
greatness,
Have
which
you
was
seen his stats? That was
it's
ridiculous.
absurd.
They're like Mahomes has had the best 7-year career or whatever, and then they looked at Gretzky and they're like,
Wait,
maybe
almost.
because he won like 5 or 6 Stanley Cups and like I think like 5 or 6
Yeah.
straight MVPs,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay,
reason
maybe
they
they're like,
simply
well,
call him
hockey's
the
different.
greatest.
I'm like, well,
Well, hockey may be a little bit different.
Yeah.
When it comes to greatness scale, he's still right up there.
yeah,
I mean, I loved watching hockey as a kid. I don't really watch it anymore because, well, it's kind of
they
boring
need
to
a
me now.
team in Kansas City.
That's part of it.
That we need better superstars.
Yes.
Like we don't have that star appeal.
Sidney Crosby was supposed to be and flamed out.
Yeah, but I think hockey is so different because they're like they kind of keep to their own.
Yes.
Like they don't
There's no
want to
flash.
be a big like.
It's a niche.
Yeah,
You've got to
yeah.
be in this group to really
Yeah,
appreciate
and then like
it.
the cities
Yeah.
really appreciate the team. And, like they're not really big outside of the other cities, but like hockey players are very like we just want to fight and score goals. And it's like, all right.
Maybe that's what baseball or football needs to do. Can we?
Well,
we
baseball
institute
and NBA
like
are
Slugfest
are
You
dying.
guys remember the game Slugfest?
Yeah, it's like the NFL Blitz for baseball.
Yeah.
Maybe some sports need to be like, hey, you want a 15-yard penalty? Go box. I
Yeah,
don't
they
give a shit.
like MLB has to fix it, and NBA. Those are both sports that are dying.
I do miss getting to watch an old man, Nolan Ryan, beating the shit out of a
Yeah.
20-something-year-old, just
Yeah.
get him in a headlock. And
Robin
like that,
Ventura.
that's fun to watch.
Yeah, but I think baseball's missing that dominant team.
They are.
They need that.
But
Yeah.
they actually kind of are starting again, but nobody likes the Dodgers.
Yeah, but then for baseball is so odd. There's no salary cap, but then like the team with the most money hardly ever wins.
Look at the Yankees for
Yeah,
many years.
well, the Yankees and the Dodgers. Like,
Yeah.
granted, the Dodgers have won the last couple, but it's not the Yankees are normally
Yeah.
spending the most money and
Yeah.
they never win.
And now they're
And it's like, I don't understand that.
third or fourth in the rung behind the Dodgers and the Mets.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
but then NBA, I don't know how you fix that sport.
I don't think you can.
And it's like soon as like LeBron leaves and Durant and Curry, like that sport, I don't know, because they don't have someone to take over like as a superstar.
Well, nobody's like stepped up, and I mean like
Like I think Anthony Edwards is like the next great superstar, but he plays for Minnesota.
Jordan's illegitimate kid.
Yeah, yeah. But he plays for Minnesota, which is a small market team. Like I'm glad that Luka went to the Lakers, but I don't think
I was
he's
gonna
that.
say, what are your? I mean, this is totally off the
Completely
subject of the
off
show,
subject
it
for the
doesn't matter.
show.
What are your? I mean, literally that just happened. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, like I said upstairs, I think that was the worst trade in NBA history. I can't believe that the Lakers got him for literally nothing.
Pennies on the dollar.
What do you
Yeah.
say? A pack of
A
blank
pack of
CDs?
blank CDs, some M&Ms, and a 2048 first round pick. Then the Mavericks were like, yeah, that sounds like a good deal. Like, yeah, we'll do this. Oh, you want our superstar too? Yeah, we'll take whoever you want to give us.
Oh, you want to give us Anthony
Yeah.
Davis?
Oh,
who
he's
only
hurt
plays
all
like
the
a quarter of
time, and he's got probably 4 years left, and he's probably going to retire. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, you want our best player too? Yeah. Go ahead. We'll get him. Like, what are we doing here?
They're trying to replace LeBron James.
I'm surprised the league like let them do that trade. Because years ago they rejected the Chris Paul trade to the Lakers.
That's true.
And
That's
they're like,
true, when he
oh,
was
we
in his
can't.
prime.
Yeah, and then I'm just like, what? They just did it without anyone knowing? Like, how did that happen? That literally was the worst trade.
What time did that come out?
It came out last night, like at 1 a.m.
No, it was like 11
Sorry,
or
it was
something.
11. I'm an hour or two off.
Yeah.
But still, it was last night.
That's crazy.
I think Adam Silver was probably like drunk or something. Like, yeah, that sounds good. Like, yeah, it went through.
But like, oh wait, we need a powerhouse again out of a big market team. Okay, let's do it. Because even Boston right now, granted they're a big market team, like nobody cares about them.
Yeah,
And they
but
dominated
it's
last
just
year.
like I think there's not a lot of offense in the NBA, and there's no true like real
You
huge
said there's not a lot of
superstar.
offense?
I said there.
A three-point shooting contest is not offense.
No.
It's just a three-point shooting
That's not-
contest.
they're scoring too many points now.
No. It's
They're
not
shooting
even
too
that.
many
It's they're
threes.
shooting too many threes.
They're just
and
like,
they're missing. and
it's not fun.
They've become European.
maybe I shouldn't say.
basketball.
I don't know. Maybe if I did say there's not a lot of offense, I didn't mean that. It's all offense and like no defense.
yeah.
And
Yeah, that's the problem. Is there's no defense.
I've always
And-
thought they should expand the court a few feet each side and push that three-point line back.
what was that gonna do?
Nothing.
Not for these shooters. These
Yeah,
guys are so
no.
good that it doesn't matter how far back they are.
But then I know what's also hurting the NBA is no one plays. Everyone sits out all the time.
Load
Joel Embiid
management.
has sat out
30,
almost more games than he's played.
He's at like 33 games played and like 31 games sat or something.
Well, like even like
that.
overall, they
seen
had a
his
stat. It
career?
was like 400 games sat, 420 games played.
Yeah, I was thinking
shitting
about
me.
that.
It's
I didn't know that one.
ridiculous.
Okay, that's
He's like 50-50 almost.
Yeah, and it's just like you have like, and then LeBron James. I know it's like load management. I get it, but it's like if I'm a fan and I'm paying to go Like if they go to Oklahoma City and like the Oklahoma City is playing the Lakers, I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna buy his ticket. I can see LeBron James, and I get down there and
LeBron's
he's not
playing.
playing. I'm just like, I'm never doing this again.
So
Happened to us actually.
4 years ago, we went down to Dallas to play golf. It was our annual golf trip or whatever. And we were like, you know what? Let's go check out a Mavericks game. I want to go see Luka.
Yeah.
It
don't
was
remember who they were
like
playing.
Croatian appreciation night.
Yeah,
Even
it
like
was
they
in
had
Slova- it
scarves
was
for Slovakia. That's what it
They
was.
They had fucking made soccer scarves and everything to give out to the fans. Why did Luka sit that?
He sat that night. I'm like, seriously? The whole point to come was to see fucking Luka play, and we got nothing.
We got free drinks
Yeah.
out of it, but
Dude, that sucks.
Well, and they do that last second too. That's the other thing too.
Yeah,
They don't
because
give their
they're
fans-
tired. They're like, oh, he's sick. He's sick in June.
right?
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, like
bullshit.
flipping back to football, you can't do that in the NFL.
No.
You cannot do that in the NFL
Well, because
you
every
will lose your
game
spot.
matters, and I think
Yeah.
that's what the NBA is missing in baseball. It's like
Baseball is
not
too long.
not every game matters.
Baseball is too long,
Yeah.
and basketball is too long.
I think if they,
I agree.
I know this is crazy, and I don't think they would ever do it, but if they had the NBA to like 30 games, like
Or should
where
it be 50?
every
Let's
single
split it.
game
Let's
mattered.
split it there.
Let's go to 50.
Yeah, but
And
like
then
every game
everyone
matters.
matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
80 something?
But then if you don't play
I think
your
you play
82
80
games,
something.
it's
Is that
82 games.
82?
If you don't play 82 games, you don't fill the stadiums, you don't fill the seats, you don't get that money because like the contracts now in sports are becoming absolutely ridiculous. And don't get me wrong, some of them rightfully so, inflation, the world's changing, blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff. But a max contract in like the NBA will say is like $136 million over like a 4 or 5 year span or whatever it is. But if you're only playing 50% of the games, where is that money going
The
to?
teams are getting fucked in that deal.
I mean,
Excuse my language.
and now in the NFL, we're creeping up on $1 billion contracts.
Mahomes will be the first billionaire.
I think he might. But
He was
it's-
at 500 million, and they just keep giving him more money.
Right.
Which
Well, I mean, he deserves it.
every
Yeah, every
single-
penny. Let's
Yeah.
be honest.
If
Like,
they
he
said we're paying him
deserves
$1 billion, I'm like, you need to pay him more.
That feels low.
Yeah,
That
it feels a little low.
low.
Maybe $1 billion too. Maybe.
Because like what's the highest pay? Mormon, look this up. What's the highest contract in the NFL currently?
It's Dak.
Is it at 700?
Yeah.
Is it really?
No, it's not 700.
But it's
like
60
per
something a year.
Yeah, he gets paid like
It's
50 or
huge.
60 million a year.
Jesus.
Must
Which
be
is
nice to be able to just
ridiculous,
shit
and
in
he
the
hasn't played
playoffs
all
every year
season.
and be the
Yeah.
highest paid quarterback. That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah. What?
It's Dak. Dak's the highest paid player.
Which is insane to me.
It is insane considering he does nothing.
He absolutely
For the
does
Cowboys.
nothing for
And
the
don't get me wrong,
Cowboys.
I love watching the Cowboys lose. I very much love that because I don't like Jerry Jones.
And that's another thing about the NFL why I think it's so big. It's like there's like hatred for these teams and like Dallas and
There's
like
real rivalries in football.
yeah, and like the Chiefs and stuff like that. It's like and every game matters and
Chiefs Raiders, Chiefs Broncos. Nobody really cares about the Chargers anymore. I don't feel like that's even a rivalry.
they got to
anymore.
figure out what city they want to play in.
Ever since they started playing in a soccer stadium a few years ago because they were moving, it's like
Yeah.
you can't be in a market that big. You can't be an afterthought.
One.
I don't think you can be a team in LA. It's just like there's people don't care.
That's true.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest. There's a lot of good things to do in LA besides sit
Name
and watch a
one.
game.
Name one.
Go to the beach.
Well, yeah. That's like all right. Name three. I feel like
Disneyland?
LA is like a
What
fake
about,
city.
What about
Go to
Disneyland?
go to all these 5-star
Like a fake city,
restaurants.
like It's a fake city. I don't think anyone truly lives there.
Wait a minute, we have to talk about this. It's not real.
I don't
so
think
you're
it's a
saying
real
that LA
city.
is not real? Is
No,
it just
I-
one big soundstage?
No, I think it's just like I think there's a whole bunch of fake people that live in LA.
Well, that may be true.
Yeah.
I believe
I think
that.
it's-
I believe
yeah,
that.
I don't think it's like a wholesome city.
Let's go back to the contract real quick. Who do you think number 2 is?
Hold on.
Two
It's
people.
it's
Kirk Cousins?
It's a
probably
quarterback.
Cousins.
No, it's Jordan Love, isn't it?
It has to be who
It's
signed most
Jordan
recently.
Love
Yeah,
at
got it.
55.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence at 55.
Of course,
Joe
Trevor
Burrow
Lawrence.
at 55.
So you have two.
And this is APY.
quarterbacks.
This is per year, right? This is what they're basing it off
This
of?
was how much they made for 2024.
Gotcha. That's insane.
And then Tua is at number 5 with 53.1.
Yeah. Shout out Tua.
So you have
Didn't
one
make the
quarterback.
playoffs. Didn't make the playoffs.
Who's number
Did
5?
make the playoffs. Got bounced in the wild
Tua
card
is number
round.
5, 53.1.
And who was for Burrow?
Burrow, Lawrence, and Love are all tied at 55.
Okay, so you have one quarterback out of the
those
top
three.
five.
That
Out
actually
of the
went to the
top
playoffs.
five that have actually gone to a Super Bowl, let alone playoffs.
Yeah. I mean,
Because
that
Dak's
goes
been to the
normally
playoffs.
every year.
Lawrence has been to the playoffs.
I mean, 3 straight 12-year wins is not nothing.
Wait,
No.
who was? You said one quarterback or
That's
two?
been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, who?
Burrow.
I didn't hear.
Burrow.
Burrow's the only
Burrow's the
one.
one that beat Kansas City.
You know, someone's got a good point. They're like, do you think Burrow's an elite quarterback?
I
Now,
heard this argument last
Before
night.
you answer, he's never been All-Pro, never won a Super Bowl, never won an MVP, and
And he's always had 2 number 1 receivers.
define elite
Now-
quarterback
now-
because
I don't know what
Because, like, if you go with, like-
define it, but like I think he's a great quarterback. But I saw that I'm just like, like, cause I think about it, like, yeah, he's had 2 perennial all-star fucking receivers, but they are horrible at the beginning of the year every year, and he hasn't. This year he should be
Injury
an
bug.
MVP consideration because I think it's stupid that Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are probably going to be co-MVPs, but Joe Burrow has more touchdowns and more receiving
That was going to be my question.
and
I
more
think
passing
Burrow
yards
should
than
have
both
it.
of
I
them.
mean,
Well,
yeah, but how
well, we
valuable
can-
are you if your team doesn't get to the playoffs?
I know, but then then if you're going to that, the most
I didn't
valuable
say he
player
won everything,
has to
but
be
you-
Jalen Hurts or Mahomes.
no.
I think Saquon Barkley,
Saquon-
honestly,
Saquon Barkley,
should
that's
be
what
the
I'm-
MVP
should
this
be the
year.
That's what I
unanimous
meant,
MVP.
not
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
Because
It's
I think in
definitely
Philadelphia,
Saquon.
Like I think in Philadelphia, granted outside of Kenny Pickett, if you plug in a slightly above average quarterback in Jalen Hurts' spot, they're at the same record.
Well, then you got to think about this too about the coach of the year. How is Andy Reid not up for that every year? And it's like
Don't get me started.
just
Because-
kind of
because of the
get
hate.
tired of it.
It's because
Yeah.
of the hate. That's what it,
I think
mean,
people
it's-
just get tired. They're like, oh, you're supposed to win.
yeah.
Like the man was 15-1. I don't count the last game. He's 15-1. They're like, yeah, should have went 16-0.
After winning back-to-back Super
Yeah,
Bowls
and they're like-
turning over the roster
Yeah, they're like,
and changing the wide
"Oh,
receiver room every year.
I don't even know who's going to win it this year. It'll probably be the Minnesota
Coach of the year?
Actually, it probably
Kevin
will be.
O'Connell.
I think-
it, will
I
be,
think,
it should be
yeah.
Kevin O'Connell. If
Why
you
would it
take out
should
a
be,
few.
though?
Well, if you take out
They
Andy
played-
Reid out of the question,
They didn't play anyone at all this year. And they
they
lost.
had to,
It's
they had to play
Detroit's.
the entire NFC North. Now, hang on.
And
Before
they
you-
lost to 2 teams this year, and they lost to the Rams twice and the Lions twice. Figure it out. It shouldn't be.
Rams are good.
Yeah, the
I,
Rams
I like the Rams.
The Rams should have beat
Okay,
fucking the Eagles.
they were NFC North. They had to play everybody, right? Green Bay was frauds, in my opinion.
You shut your
Woo!
mouth.
I
You
like it.
shut your mouth.
Say more.
I agree. I agree with this.
And then the Lions, they were good until
Are
they
they
had.
frauds too?
No, they weren't frauds, but they were good until
Injury bug.
literally their whole entire defense got hurt. So
Oh.
We can't.
And-
Come on, we can't hold it against you when more than half of your starters are on IR. More than half of your defensive starters are on IR.
22 yeah, 22 people.
That's
ridiculous.
insane.
But that's not what
And
lost
then-
them in the playoffs, though.
No.
No, they
couldn't
got
score points in the
bloomed the
playoffs.
fuck out by Washington.
Well, Jared Goff throwing to the
Jared
wrong color
Goff,
jersey
yeah.
is what lost it for him in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think it's the way that the Lions play football is not how you win in the playoffs.
I agree with
You
that.
can't go for it every fourth down. You have to get points. Like you
Hey,
have to get
Hey,
points.
you know who did that also in was Buffalo when if you continue to go for 2-point conversions and you don't put
Yeah,
fucking
you
points
gotta
on the
put
field,
points on the board.
You
Like,
cannot take points
yeah.
away from yourself against Kansas
like
City.
you
or
don't.
any
You can
team.
be aggressive all you want
No.
in the regular season, but at the playoffs, that only gets you so far. Because like the Lions has happened to the Bills has happened to the Commanders. It's happened to like. Yeah, get aggressive's great, but like you gotta fucking kick the field goal sometimes.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, that's why like everybody. I think there's a knock on the Chiefs for that because they don't go for it more often. But Kansas City typically puts
They
points
got
on
the formula down though. So
well,
yeah.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like they typically 3 points. Okay, 3 points can
Yeah.
win us a game.
And they also know that Mahomes like, oh, hey, go scores a touchdown. I'm like, yeah, all right, I got you.
You got 20 seconds. I only need 13, coach.
Did
Yeah.
you know they were only
That's all I need.
up till this last
Can we
playoff
hear
game?
you over there? The mic's like so far away from you.
That's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
We
Yeah,
got
he's
it.
picking up. We
right.
got it. We tested it before.
They were only 0 for 2. They were 0 for 2 on 2-point conversions for the year.
Who?
Chiefs.
Because they didn't need
They
to
only
go for it.
went for it twice.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they only went for it twice.
Why,
all year.
why would you do that? Granted, this year's one of those anomalies where we went through 4 kickers. But if you have the confidence of bringing in these kickers like they have, special teams being Dave
Tobe.
Tobe. He knows what he's got, and
I know we keep bouncing back and forth. How crazy is it that no one is hired off our staff? Like,
Well, I get Spags. Well, you've already had a shot, and what is he,
Spags,
like 66
Dave
years
Tobe,
old? Like,
any of the assistant coaches.
Eric the enemy.
He just
Well,
got
he
hired.
got hired by
he did just get hired.
I think there's
Who did he
some-
get hired with?
by
He's going to be on the
Bears.
staff of the Bears. He's going to be the running back coach.
Yep.
Yeah.
He just got hired last night.
So he's going to start at the same route that
But
he did in Kansas
yeah,
City.
but no one gets hired off our staff, and I think that's why we're really good.
And
because
Matt
we
Nagy,
keep
let's
the
be
staff.
honest, what he
He
did
doesn't
in
coach
Chicago, but what he did in Chicago
Yeah.
with Mitch Trubisky now looks
yeah, that's
really good. He had a winning record with Mitch over 3 years. Who else could say that?
Well,
Last
and
5 Chicago coaches were all
I was
trash.
going to say Chicago is one of those weird. It's one of those weird occurrences because I can't remember what I saw it on, but like every coach that has started there has never got to pick their. Has never had more than 1 year with their quarterback. Every time they brought in a new quarterback, gone.
It's a sign of a bad run franchise.
Yeah,
that's
and
what
it's
I'm
also they had a stat too. It's like any rookie quarterback that's had their first 2 years have had 2 head coaches and
Yeah.
2 offensive coordinators, doesn't do shit their career.
Yeah.
Which I feel bad for Caleb Williams.
I
'cause
don't.
He's
I don't.
He's a talent, man.
no,
Caleb Williams.
He's a very eccentric person,
But he's
And
really talented.
not that he's very talented, and I know he's a weirdo and he's very cocky.
I don't even care about the weirdo
But it's
part.
just like, yeah, I feel bad because like he got put. He didn't get to choose who he got drafted by. He's like, God damn it, the Bears.
He did a little Eli magic.
Yeah,
I'm not going to that
going there.
team.
Yeah.
I'm not
He
doing
could
that.
have, though.
That's what I would do if I was.
That's part of my problem.
That's
with
why
it, though.
Shador is going to be
he
very
said-
picky about where he
He
goes.
said from the very beginning, "I'm not going to Chicago. I'm not going from Chicago."
He
His
went
dad comes out.
straight to Chicago.
I'm not going. My son will not be playing for Chicago. 4 weeks later, drafted by Chicago.
I mean, he could
Well,
have.
he was right. He
withdrawn,
should have
right?
gone to Chicago.
It was not the place to be.
Yeah,
Clearly,
who was number 2 pick?
Jalen.
Jaden Daniels.
Should have went to the Commanders. You'd have been in a lot better position.
That's another dude that
Oh, I love Daniel.
is
He
going
is
to be a star.
awesome.
Yeah, he's good.
I really and I don't necessarily like the comparisons of he's a mix between Lamar and Mahomes.
100% he is, though.
But he really is.
That is an accurate
I don't.
portrayal of what he is.
I think it's hard to say any players like Mahomes.
When I
I
say
think he's
like
more of like a
Mahomes, I'm
be-
talking
I
about
think he's a
like
better
coolness.
Yeah.
He's got the athleticism of Lamar, but he doesn't make the stupid decisions
Yeah.
that Lamar does. He is more cerebral, like Mahomes. He doesn't get rattled. I bet you
No,
if you
that's
put the
true.
monitor on him like the NASCAR drivers when they're going into the turn,
Well,
I bet
I
you his
thought it was
heartbeat doesn't
funny
go
that
up.
they were down by like 20 points. He scored a touchdown. He's like, yeah, I'm a dance. Like, bro, look at the scoreboard. Yeah, like you said, he did get rattled. He's like, oh, yeah, we
he,
good.
he is
Like,
young.
nah,
he's,
bro,
he's
we're not
young.
good. Yeah.
But I mean, look at the game against Chicago. Was it Chicago that the
Mm-hmm. They didn't
Look
win
at
a
that
game.
game.
Hail Mary.
They
Look at
won.
that game.
They didn't. They won their last game, but they went like they lost like 10 straight games after that.
Yeah.
It got them.
Yeah.
Eberflus fired and everything.
Yeah.
As it should have.
Oh,
I mean, that
Eberflus
was
is a
absolutely
terrible-
That
terrible.
was a
Terrible head
terrible.
coach.
That was
Terrible head
awful.
coach.
When you've got players that are just Jack John with fans and not paying attention to the play has started, you've lost the team.
I'm surprised that guy was still on the team after that.
That would
I
have
would've
been
been
a
like, bro, you're
message
gone.
time. Like,
Yeah, you're gone.
That's a
couldn't
message to
have
the
been-
team.
I think
the
he
most-
lost another game for him too.
That was the
Probably.
most
Might
have.
perfect
Yeah.
scenario. Like, you're talking shit,
Dipshit.
and
You-
you're the
Then
guy
you're the one that
that
gives up
you
the fucking
dipshit.
touchdown to the other team. Yeah, absolutely.
That's the most Chicago Bear thing to ever happen. Oh man,
I'll
Good
just put
time.
out here. I hate Lamar. I think Lamar's trash. I'm just gonna say
Lamar Jackson.
yes.
How do you?
Oh,
Whoa,
he has the most ridiculous
whoa.
take.
Okay, I just tried that drink that I made earlier.
It's terrible.
No, it's actually really good.
Oh, nice. I thought your reaction was him saying Lamar Jackson is trash. I'm like,
You
wait,
have
what?
the most ridiculous takes, by the
I
way.
do not like Lamar.
He has the
This is why he's the
craziest-
peanut gallery. He's the guy that doesn't need to be on camera. We don't need.
He's
to
like
him.
Michael Jordan. He's probably the 30th best NBA player of all time.
LeBron's better.
27.
Yeah, golly.
Get the fuck out of here.
Lamar Jackson, horrible. Shouldn't be in the league. Should be a backup quarterback.
He doesn't deserve it. He hasn't
Doesn't
earned
deserve
it.
it. Yeah. What makes him a bad quarterback?
I just don't like. I
No. Not that you don't like him. What makes him a bad quarterback? Okay, thank you. So,
I'll say this. I will say this because I love Lamar. I love watching him at Louisville. Been a fan for a long time. Love watching him in the regular season. Once you
I
get
don't
the
like watching him in
postseason,
the playoffs.
he
he's not a-
shits the
no,
bed.
he's
There's
not a
no other way to say
postseason.
it, dude.
He's
He
not a
just
postseason
sucks
guy.
in the
He makes bad decisions.
postseason.
but
Him,
yeah,
He
him and
locks
Josh
up.
Allen in the playoffs.
I don't think Josh Allen's bad at the playoffs. I think his head coach is bad at the playoffs. Because Josh
His
Allen,
numbers, Josh Allen's numbers in the playoffs are ridiculous.
Josh Allen doesn't
He
lose
will
the
outplay
game.
Mahomes sometimes
Yeah.
statistically in games,
Yeah.
like the 13-second game.
I literally
That
don't
was
think
phenomenal
that,
for
like,
Josh.
except
That's
the
true.
first game they played, which was like a young Josh Allen. The last three, those games were not Josh Allen's fault.
No.
They missed the 13-second game, and then they missed a field goal to tie the game, and then this last game. Like, I don't know who's calling the plays, but that was the last game was the most ridiculous thing.
This one was kind of on him a little bit. I'll go to the fourth down play
Yeah, but
because he shifted the protection
True.
to the wrong side.
true.
But he
But
did
that also
overcome it by having that throw.
I don't think that. I think some fault lies on Josh Allen, but like they called that play. Like they had a timeout and they figured
That's
we're going to
true.
call this play.
That's true.
And
Well, they went to a play that they ran because Tony Romo even pointed it out. Like it was like 2 or 3 plays before that happened. He pointed. He's like, most of the time they like to shift to or they send the protection to the right, and Josh Allen rolls to, or they send the protection.
He
to
likes
the
to
left,
roll to the right
and he likes to roll
always.
to the right all the time, all the time, all the time. 2 plays later, what happens? That shit right
Yeah.
there, and he almost got blown up.
me being so my football perspective
Yeah.
is so if you're like because I played a lot of defense. When you blitz, you can hide it a lot better if they're in bunch formation. When I mean by bunch formation, the receivers are closer to the line.
Right.
So, as a corner, you can be right by your said receiver and blitz without being noticed. If you spread those receivers out, then it's a lot harder to blitz because then now you see who's coming. Because now if McDuffie is
There's
rushing,
no hiding.
he can't hide.
that's true.
And so now you can call it out. And so I think that was not. I don't think the shift was a problem. I think the bunch was a problem. They needed to spread everyone out.
Was the bunch on the right or the left side?
It was
Or
on
do
the
you remember?
right because
Was it on
McDuffie.
It was on the right side,
Yeah,
and the
okay.
problem, the icing on the cake, or what sold the play, was Reed playing back far
Yeah.
enough that it didn't look like a blitz. Josh is looking to key off where the safety's at. If he's up closer, he's like, oh, they're blitzing
then-
off the corner. But when he's back like that, he's a good 15 yards back. He goes, they're not blitzing from there.
And then, granted, who in the world would think 4th and 5 that Spags would bring a corner to blitz? Like that would be the last thing in the world. I'm like, oh, Big Duffy's gonna rush. Yeah,
well, he shouldn't have been in that position. How many points did they leave up? So they took the 1 point off the board and went for the 2 points and missed it.
they failed a 2-point conversion twice.
Twice.
Yeah, but one time they had the field goal though. Remember? Didn't they?
Yes.
Didn't they? Yeah.
They made the
So they
field
took
goal,
1
and then
point
because
off.
of the penalty,
It was a penalty,
they went
yeah.
for 2. So they left 3 points on the board right there. I mean,
Well, yeah, but technically they left.
Well, and then there was a
4.
field goal, an easy field goal he missed too, wasn't it?
No, they didn't miss
He
anything.
didn't miss any field goals this
Yeah.
time.
the only one. Did Butker miss a field? Yes, Butker missed 1 field goal in the game.
No, I don't think he did.
I don't think he.
He was good. Butker was
I
good.
think we
isn't
only
he?
missed, or we only went for 1 field goal, and then we went for 2.
Okay, that sounds right.
Didn't we
I
go
thought there
for
was
2?
more points left off the board for Buffalo.
Yeah,
I
we
thought
went
they
for
went
2.
for 2 because Watson
Yeah.
caught it to
Yeah.
put us up by 3.
Yeah,
Because that's how it was 20.
22.
Well, they would
It's
have
going
had
to be
one
in 22,
point.
21.
Yeah.
Could they have kicked that?
Oh, and then we went to 29.
I don't
Yeah, we went
remember.
to because it was 21,
Yeah.
and we went
It's a
to
very
the
odd
version there, so it got
score.
to
Because it was
29.
32-29
Yep.
was the final score of the game.
Where were they at on the field on that 4th down play, 4th and 5? Could they?
They were
kick
on
a
the
field goal?
50. They were on the 50.
I
Like
thought there was a
45 or
time
50.
where they could have kicked the
They were on
field
the
goal,
40.
but they were
They were on
down
the 40
to
They
yard
would have been
line.
the 40, yeah.
Because he rolled back to the 50. and
But
that's
I
when
don't
almost
think
messed up.
that they did not want to kick that field goal. There is no chance.
But if
that
they would have been,
McDermott-
if they would have been down 2 points instead of 3,
no,
that's
they
a
were
whole,
down.
it
Oh,
wouldn't have
yes,
mattered.
yes.
That's a whole different game.
But I still think they still didn't want to kick it because there's 3 minutes left at 4th and 5.
yeah.
3 minutes and 33 seconds.
And then that whole thing with the 4th and 1 thing where everyone complained about them not getting it. There was like 12 minutes left in the game.
Almost
Like,
13.
hey, calm down. Like, you think that decided the
fourth
game?
down did not decide the game.
Yeah, and I will say that was a shitty fucking spot. But
Well,
It
I don't
looked
know.
like he got it. Looked like he
Was
didn't
it?
get it.
His back was to
Yeah,
us.
but it was just
Chris
like
Jones was in the way.
Chris Jones is
His
not
big
a
ass-
small man.
you know
His big
whose
back
fault.
ass was in the way too.
You know whose fault that was though?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. No, and not just because the way he rushed. Because when he got up, you got to watch the replay. He gets up and he throws the
He
ball.
gave the ball to the short
To the
spot
short
instead of
route.
the long spot.
I guess I
yeah, he
didn't notice
did.
that.
He just
did.
like
really?
he hands the ball to him, and the guy's like, "Yep, I'm gonna spot it." I think if you threw it to the other guy, I'm like, "No, it's right here."
You'd have been better off.
Yeah. And granted, he didn't know.
No, I don't think anybody knew.
Here's the thing.
Even they reviewed it, and if they review it and they're all getting the same
Yeah.
4 angles and nobody can tell, you have to go with call in the field.
You ran your version of the push
Yeah.
5 times. You
And it
converted
works.
once.
Yeah.
And
That's your
the one
fucking
that,
fault.
The one that he did convert, there was a fumble, and had Josh Allen been stuck in the air, he would have never got it back.
That's another thing. There were 5 fumbles in that game. Buffalo recovered every single one of them.
I think they're gonna get rid of the tush push.
I hope they do.
I hope they
fucking
do.
hate that play.
I said last week I think it's
I do
boring
not
as
like
fuck.
that.
But
play.
how do you make it illegal?
Well,
Like, what do
You
you say?
legislate formations.
You
You,
can't
just
push. But
say
you
that
can
you
push
can't have
if
your running
someone-
back must be at least 5 yards off the quarterback so that they can't go up and push him.
Yeah, but
Well,
if, like
a lot
if
of
a
times,
running
too,
back's running,
The quarterback's rocking a little bit too. I
but
mean,
but what I'm saying, like if a running back's running and then they get stopped up, you see the lineman always push them forward.
That used to be illegal.
Yeah, but so how do you make the tush push illegal? That's what I mean. Like what verbiage are you going to put in there
illegal
and say?
formation. of
If you're
some sort.
behind the line of scrimmage.
I guess
That'll
you
be
can't
it'll be
push
you
them.
cannot
can't
push
push them
behind line of scrimmage,
past
and
the
that
line
would.
of scrimmage. If it's
Yeah, and if
like,
you
I get what
pass it,
you're
I'm
saying.
good with it because
Yeah,
it is no
you're-
longer a tush push.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
that would
I
be-
think after this year they're going to be done with it
I'm good with that
because like Philly is like 98% like on it. It's like,
unless they somehow win the Super Bowl because of it, and then the whole all of America will be like, we need the tush push.
Well, going
We
back to
need
tush
the tush push.
What about the Washington game where the refs sooner or later said, hey, "Look, you keep doing
That
this." We're
was
just
So that's different.
hilarious.
That
That's
was
completely
ridiculous.
different.
Yeah, they're
That's
like,
different.
if you keep doing this shit, we're gonna
It
give
doesn't
it
hurt.
to.
And the thing with that, it doesn't hurt Washington. The only
Sure it
person that
does.
can really get hurt by that though is Philly, because if they get, they
They
go
come
back
up
5
with a
yards.
better way to run the damn ball.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Fullbacks and
Say what?
What are
okay.
you talking about?
Hold
The
on.
Washington Philly
Hang
game.
on. Let's think about this for just a minute with the tush push thing, because if you get rid of the tush push, Saquon Barkley's touchdown totals go up by at least 15, I think.
Yeah,
Because-
all those snipe touchdowns
because
go down.
all those rushing touchdowns that Hurts has
How many did he have?
are from the tush. Well, not all of them, but the majority of them. You take away stats and shit from Saquon Barkley
Yeah.
because he's going to get in.
Oh yeah.
He's too elusive not to get in. You have the best lineman. You have the best line in the game.
Straight up.
Sorry, but you do. They have the best front 5 on offense.
Well, Hurts only had 4 rushing touchdowns, dude.
No.
He had to.
It was more than that. It was closer to 8 to 10.
I'm looking at ESPN right now for the year.
ESPN's wrong. Fake news.
No,
That's your problem. You gotta get out
That might be playoffs.
Oh, that's playoffs. I'm sorry.
Ah, there we go.
Come on, Peanut Gallery.
Peanut Gallery.
well.
Shit.
0 for 5.
Okay, he had 14 on the year.
There we
on
go.
regular season.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Now, how many of those tush push? I don't know.
10?
Probably 10.
10?
Yeah.
At least.
10?
And those go to Saquon, and now his numbers are
And he's unquestionably.
undisputed MVP at that point. He's got to be, because he's got almost 30 touchdowns at that point.
Yeah.
I'm sure he probably would.
And
2,000 yards.
2,600 yards.
That's ridiculous. That is an MVP season, especially in 2024. Like,
yeah.
that's
Hey, here you go.
insane.
Barkley in the regular season only had 13 touchdowns.
That's my point.
Now we're at 23.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, so Hurts had one more rushing touchdown than the best running back in the league. I mean,
And shouldn't have.
no, yeah,
Hands down.
2,000-yard rushing, and you have 13 touchdowns.
All right, so let's get back to the bowl of supers real quick. Do you do any bets?
No, I don't like losing money, even if it's $1.
Bring up those prop bets.
losing
talk
money.
about these-
Who's losing
I don't
money?
like.
If I'm
I
placing
don't
a
like.
bet,
I don't like
Hey,
playing
man,
with
you're
my money.
talking about the home of the fat
You know what I mean?
four
Like,
here.
look,
We're gonna
I'm saying,
lose
have
money.
You not been checking out the Fat Four?
No,
Come
no,
on, man.
no.
No, come on.
I'm like Big Worm on Friday. Like I don't play with my money.
It's like playing my emotions.
Yeah, it's
Don't
like playing
do
with
it.
my emotions. Don't fuck with my money. I can't. Like I'll go to the casino and spend $20. I'm like, all right, I'm good, and then I'll be mad that I lost $20. So no, I'm good. I don't bet.
Yeah, but if you would have paid attention to Fat Four, you'd have been plus 14
I'm sure I
games.
would have, but I don't
Plus
bet.
14 games.
Dude, I was over 60% on the year against the spread.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Making that
That was
money.
against the spread too, not just to pick a team.
Yeah, no, we're talking about against the spread.
So what are these prop bets? Because I'm curious about this for the Super Bowl.
We've got all kinds of fun
Let's say,
fucking
yeah.
prop bets. My favorite line so far, and I'll just jump into it now because we're gonna do the pick eventually. Chiefs -1.5. I'm locked in on that. As shocker, everybody should know. P. Ryan,
Oh yeah.
his over/under on receiving yards is 6.5.
I'll go
That's
over
one.
that.
That's one catch.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I'm
that's
hitting
one
that one.
catch
I've already
for him.
placed this bet. I've already placed that one. Hopkins, over/under receiving yards is 13.5. Again, that's one catch, and I think he's going to get one catch. Barkley, here's the big one, and this is the key to the game for me.
I'm sure
His
he's like-
over/under is at 130
God.
and a half.
No way.
I hit that under so
I would say
hard.
definitely under.
So hard.
130?
130 and a half.
Man,
I
they
didn't
were-
like to
I've got
say it like
110
right
right now.
after, so the line may have shifted, but when I bet it, it was 130 and a half. And then the other is Dallas Goddard. His over/under receiving is 4.5 as well.
Oh, that's definitely.
I took that over. That's one catch.
Kansas City can't cover tight ends to save their
These are
lives.
easy bets to win.
Where
This
are
is
you-
why we make money.
Where are you getting these props at? Because
These
got
are
them from
I bet
originally.
all of these off DraftKings. I've already bet them.
For
All these have been
FanDuel,
bet.
I've got Goddard
Once again, you're a FanDuel.
at
DraftKings.
52.5
DraftKings is
for
where it's at,
DraftKings,
his
sir.
receiving.
DraftKings.
Oh no, sorry. This is receptions. I didn't mean receiving yards. This is receptions.
Oh,
I
four
should
and a half
clarify.
receptions? Oh.
4.5 receptions.
I was wondering. I was like, yards. Yeah.
And I took him under. He has only been over 4 catches
Once.
3 times this year.
Oh, 3?
2 of those were against Washington.
Oh.
I think he'll get more.
I don't think he will. If you go to a passing game, it's over. The Chiefs win. If
Yeah.
they get away from the rush, the Phillies already lost. Because that is where their strength is at.
Yep.
I get it. A.J. Brown is
back-
amazing, and so is Devontae Smith. But if you're going to put the ball in Jalen's hands to sling it around the yard, it's over.
Going back to Bolton, though, we already said that he can't cover a tight end.
You ain't gotta
I think
worry about-
Hurts going to have 2 interceptions.
If we
I
win
think
the
he's gonna have
turnover
2
battle,
turnovers, period.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
game
I think
set
he's
match,
gonna fumble again like he did last year or 2 years ago.
and that was
He fumbled twice, really.
that was a
He did,
difference.
and both
And
of
that
them were
one got
pick
called
six.
back, and that was
Yeah.
bullshit
Yeah.
again. But we get all the fucking calls. Fuck
And
outta
Nick
here.
Bolton should have been an MVP of that.
He really should
had
have. He had a solid case.
Yeah, but they would never give it to anybody
You don't
else.
get a
Mahomes.
defensive player.
No. You have to have like a lights out game.
I'm gonna have a Charles Woodson. I got a sack. I got 3 interceptions. One went for the.
Yeah,
I
one
housed
went for-
one of
yeah,
them.
one I
Like,
took to the house, and
then you can get it. Other than that, nah. It's going to a quarterback. That's what I hate about the MVP is that it's gone to a
I'm
quarterback
not a fan
award.
of the MVP awards in the Super Bowl anymore. I'm just not, because like last year, I'll say it, Mahomes was not the
Take
MVP.
it the
Well,
lighter from
even the first year they won it, it should have been Damian Williams.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. And last year,
We had a fucking day.
who was it last year? Because it wasn't Mahomes, it was somebody else.
Should have been Chris Jones, to be honest.
Well,
He's the one that
he
won us the
finally
game.
showed the fuck up.
Yeah.
In there. Yeah. Which I get him too now. Like, that dude doesn't care about getting the sacks for the year. He's like, what
You know
can
who's-
I do to hold off?
Really turned it on to Karloftis.
Oh man,
Was
Furious
it
George.
Furious
baby.
George, yeah.
Furious George. That dude is he's turning into a monster.
He's
was-
like a
it was
smaller
Patrick last
J.J.
year.
Watt.
His
What?
It was Patrick last year.
I know. He said,
No, I know, but
he
he
said it
didn't-
shouldn't.
Oh, I
shouldn't
thought
have
you
been.
said he didn't win it. Sorry.
No, he didn't
shouldn't have
deserve
won
it. Yeah, I didn't think he deserved it last
It
year.
was somebody else, and I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody else that should have won it. It might have been Butker.
Honestly, he scored more points.
Yeah,
Butker did.
Butker's the one that won the game for him.
They're never going to give it to a
I
kicker.
know, but
But he has the longest kick in Super Bowl history now. That was the best. Moody got it
Yeah,
for
he's
like
like,
30
eh,
seconds. We got a new Super Bowl record.
He's like-
and we have another new Super Bowl record.
hold my beer.
Yeah.
He's straight Sebastian Janikowski.
He said, hold my communion wine, bitch. He didn't say, hold my beer. You calm down. All right?
Hold my
He
red
looked
wine.
over. He looked at his
no,
wife in the
no, no.
stands. Wait, no, she was in the kitchen. She wasn't in the stands.
Ooh.
That's where she was at.
No. Catholics can drink, bro. They can drink.
Communion
He can say,
wine.
hold my beer. You can hold my Jack and Coke. Shit, we don't know. I don't know what he's got.
He definitely drinks.
Oh yeah. So does his wife. To put up with that. I'm just playing Bucker. Don't come kick my ass. It would hurt.
It actually would.
You
God,
stay
you-
right there, you fat bitch. I'm coming for you. Like, okay, sorry, sir.
Here's a crazy stat
bad.
for you.
Jesus.
Mahomes owns the most fumbles in the Super Bowl.
What, 2 from
Jesus.
last year?
5 total.
He's got 5 total?
5. Jeez,
5
wow.
fumbles?
Christ.
That's what it
In
says.
5 and 4 Super Bowls?
Not be right.
That feels
How many has he
wrong.
lost,
If
though?
you're wrong, I'm gonna go over there and take your mic away.
You probably should, but
He does no way he has 5 fumbles. There's
Strangle
no way.
you with my microphone wire.
Yeah.
Unplug that shit right now.
There's no way he has 5 fumbles.
Yeah, but how many has he lost, though? Because
And
I
he-
know, I
don't
can
think
think
he.
of at least
I don't
2.
think he has more than 2. I can't remember even 2.
I can. You got to think about the Tampa Bay game, too.
here we
Because
go.
he lost 2 in the Tampa Bay game.
Did he?
But then,
Yes.
Okay,
I don't
but then
remember
that
He
would
had,
be it.
he had 2 picks and 2 fumbles in that game because he had 4 turnovers.
But then what? Like I don't remember him turning the ball over the last 2. Like Pacheco did, and like other
Yeah, he
players.
did.
Yeah.
He turned it over down. They weren't in the red zone, but they were just out of the red zone against the Eagles. Maybe not last year.
And Pat fumbled it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe not in the game against.
Oh, it was closer to midfield.
Uh-huh.
I have a mental image of this. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, he did cough
I
it
don't
up and he
remember anything
lost
about the
it.
game except like winning. That's it.
Well, when you
That's what
have
it comes down to.
when you have a party, and parties happen.
Well, I the thing is about me. Like I would rather watch the game at home. Like I am not good to watch a game around, and so Mormon was here last year. I miserable.
Oh, we both of us. We were walking
You-
around
you guys
the entire
pacing,
time.
just
miserable.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was pacing. I can't even tell you how many times I paced
Yeah,
around. the pool table.
I am miserable watching games.
I can
Like
tell you,
if they lose like any game, even like throughout the year and stuff, I don't watch Sports Center. I don't listen
Oh,
to radio
no.
for like a whole week until they win. I'm like, all right, now I can tune in.
that's why I in my heart I really think Kansas City's gonna win. Like I'm scared because I just know the outcome of it if it's not Kansas City.
But I will say, as like such a diehard Chiefs fan, and how it like ruins my day and stuff sometimes if they don't do well. I'm so happy that this is the last game because like if they win, great. If they lose, it's gonna be horrible. But like I don't
anxiety
have
right
to
there.
stress about it anymore. Yeah.
Well, then you got to wait a month? Well, a little over a month till you get to stress about the draft.
Well, no.
Then
I
you
actually like the draft. I've never had a problem with drafting. I like
the
watching.
combine.
Nah, not really, because I don't know who we're gonna draft, so it doesn't really. Like,
Well,
and
yeah,
then I
'cause
don't.
you're
really-
like, oh, the top 40 people in the pick. You're like, oh shit, we're gonna get like the 40th person.
Yeah.
'cause we're always down at the bottom. Yay!
Yay.
Yay!
I
Who are
almost
they
feel
gonna
like I'm
pick out?
too confident this year. In years past, I've been a little
Well, it's
dicey,
because
but
that's the Mahomes effect. He's like, don't ever bet against me.
we've got history on our side.
No.
We've got 3 instances in the Super Bowl era where within a 5-year span we had a rematch between quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. Whoever won the first one
Yeah.
every time wins the second one.
Yeah.
So
We'll
I'm
see.
like, well, that goes with our favor.
I think if they win this time, I think I'll like just be happy from here on out. I'm like, all right, we won 3 straight. We got 4. Like, I don't think I can complain anymore about
You're
it.
the greatest dynasty
Yeah.
in the history of all sports,
Already.
in my opinion.
Well,
But if you win it,
sports.
who else has done that?
I mean, you got.
And I'm talking
teams.
about in a
And I think the greatest
free
dynasty.
agent.
I think the 3 dynasties are the best dynasty in the NFL by far.
Oh, I think we're already there.
Yeah, but I don't think like
We got to
I don't
win
know,
to get it.
Sports.
I don't think we're there yet.
I mean, we're going for 5
there's-
or 6.
There's
so.
there's no other team in NFL history that's been to 7 straight in AFC or any championship games. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
Patriots.
Patriots did it 8 times. We
Yeah.
haven't even caught them yet.
Did they do
The
it?
last
Uh-huh.
last 15 years. It's
Oh yeah, it's
been,
either
it was-
Kansas City or the
no,
Patriots,
it's been Brady or Mahomes
Yeah.
in the AFC Championship game.
which is crazy.
Well, here's a stat I saw earlier. So, for the last 22 years, I think it was, AFC's had 7 quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. NFC's had 20.
Yeah,
Like 21. It's insane how many.
Yeah.
It's a different quarterback every year for the NFC.
Yeah. Well,
One
for
of
the
AFC
longest
is
time,
Rich Gannon, too, by the way.
well, for the longest time, it was Brady, Flacco, and Roethlisberger and Manning, and those were the only
Yep.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, those are the 4 from the AFC.
Yeah. Like there was no other
And now-
And
quarterback.
even in the NFC was turnover.
Yeah.
It was always somebody different.
And now it's Burrow, Mahomes, and Brady.
Let's be honest. It's Mahomes. It's just Mahomes on the AFC
Mahomes.
side.
Well,
you
yeah,
got,
for the past,
you got one.
well, yeah, but
One Burrow. We got one. Bro, if you got one over him in 7 years,
no, I get it. That's why nobody can say that anybody's better than Pat. When it comes, like, I don't care if you beat him in the regular season. Go beat him in the playoffs. Two quarterbacks have beaten him in the playoffs.
Brady
That's
and
it.
Burrow.
and one's
And
retired.
Brady, and Brady is considered at this point the greatest of all time.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue it.
No, I'm not either.
100% that's what he is. He's got it.
But
Yeah.
until you and that's the
Until
only
Pat
thing-
wins on Sunday.
If Pat wins, I still
He's
think,
got to be the GOAT. If nobody has won 3 in a
I
row,
think if he wins, I know. If he wins in a
Bro,
row,
3 in a
but I
row
think if he
in
wins
football
5,
is
he's the undisputed
insane.
GOAT.
because that'll be his
I
fourth
know, but
ring.
Brady
Three of
has-
which came in a row.
Brady has
But Brady had 7.
Well, here's a question.
Okay.
Who had better? Who? You have the Chiefs, 3, 4, 5 year dynasty. Which is better, them or the Patriots? I think the Patriots had a
Wait,
better
which?
team.
Yeah, but you got to break up the
Wait,
Patriots
what now?
into two different.
It's two different dynasties.
Yeah.
You can't
Two
do
different
one
dynasties
because if you go 10 years without a Super Bowl, that's not a fucking dynasty.
no.
Yeah.
Not
No,
at
but
all.
yeah, no.
So if you take it for what it is, and Pat already has 4.
He's been to 5.
He's been to 5.
Yeah.
He'll have a better win percentage
been to
than Brady
5
at that
out of
point.
7.
Because
Yeah.
Brady will be 7 of 10 and he'll be 4 of 5.
What is
Yeah.
he?
Which is a better win
17 and
percentage.
3 in the playoffs, I think.
Do what now?
17-2.
Who is?
Mahomes.
17 and 3.
No, that's not right. Yeah.
3.
17 and 3. He has played more than a whole extra season of games, which is
Yeah.
another reason this is insane. If your team has playing that many games every year before you have a whole nother season on the league, I mean that drains on your body
Oh yeah.
and your mind. Your off season is cut short because now you got all these commercials to do, and it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. Don't get me wrong. It's a good problem to have, but you have to look at the whole, and they're doing so much more than anyone else. It's insane. Mind-boggling what the Chiefs have been able to do.
True that. True that.
I would agree. Well, let's get to our picks.
I stayed a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was looking at my watch. I was like, shit, we went over the time limit.
No,
I kind
You guys
of
stayed
got them
longer.
all already.
I think we covered pretty much everything.
Yeah, those were my favorite picks. Those are my actual bets for the weekend. I mean, I'll have a fun parlay that's crazy and not expected to hit, but like I expect to win money on all these.
All right, we'll start with the peanut gallery. Who's winning?
Give me the winner and the score is what I want.
Who start?
Clearly KC, because,
What's the score? Because the over/under is 48.5, isn't it?
That's what it was. Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, I don't know if it's still on there or not.
24,
I don't have that written down.
29-24.
29-24 Chiefs.
Chiefs. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going 28-24 Chiefs.
Okay.
You want me to get mine now?
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna go more than that. I don't think it's gonna be as close as everybody else it does. It'll be a one-score game.
22 Chiefs.
I'm going 35-28 Chiefs.
Damn,
Whoa,
blowout.
whole touchdown.
I think the turnovers because had Buffalo not recovered all 5 fucking fumbles, that game looks a whole lot different than
That's
it did.
valid. That's valid. All right, so I'm gonna catch hate for this.
Turn his mic off.
God, I need somebody up there. Kill it!
It's back on. I am going to take the Eagles.
Oh!
I want you to see this.
Bold
I'm
move,
out.
my friend.
Bold move.
Bold
And
strategy, Cotton.
I'm
Let's
gonna
see
take
how
the
that works
Eagles.
out for him.
I'm going to take the Eagles 35-32.
Get the fuck out of here. I think you've taken the opposition every year.
happened last
and I
time.
feel like this
I
is
have.
on purpose.
I have. I absolutely
Is
have.
this the reverse jinx?
This is the reverse jinx. Every year that we have been in the Super Bowl, I have taken the other team, and I will eat it every time. And you know I will. I will eat it every fucking time.
Yeah.
Because I am the pessimist, and I'm not going to bet against Mahomes.
Ever.
It's not
You
against
shouldn't bet
Mahomes.
against Mahomes.
The Eagles' offense, I don't know that Kansas City has an answer for Saquon Barkley. That is my whole point.
Did you not hear me earlier?
I did,
8
and I
straight
understand
games
that.
in the
I
playoffs
understand- I
with
understand
big
that.
boys, and there's no 100-yard rushers.
I completely understand
There's
that.
Derrick
I don't-
Henry in there.
I
There's
don't-
Joe Mixon in there.
I don't
Like
think
there are
that-
big runners.
You don't need a 150-yard
There hasn't been a 100-yard rushing. There hasn't been a. He has to.
You don't need 100 yards.
If he doesn't hit 100, they don't win.
I'm taking the Eagles 35-32.
Okay.
Get him off the show.
So what are you doing? What, like 3 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing?
What?
Probably.
I mean,
Because
A.J. Brown's going to eat. He's going to get his.
Hurts will have at least 2 touchdowns, 1 on his feet, probably 1 in the air. Maybe he'll have 3. Barkley's going to have at least 2. I'm going to call that down. And they're going to be, one of them's going to be on a long, like 60-yard run, 40 to 60-yard run, because he's going to get behind the D. It's just going to happen. It's going to happen once. Is he going to get 100 yards? Probably, hopefully not. But he's going to have 1 long run, because Kansas City, that happens to Kansas City. It just does.
I don't know.
It actually hasn't. They were just talking about this on radio the other day. Explosive runs are considered over 15. I think they're 10 on the year for Kansas City, which is really low.
Eagles haven't played anybody this year. I don't think they're that good.
They don't have any spags.
No. The NFC.
I understand that.
The NFC
and this is why I'm saying
this year.
this is why I'm saying I think it's
And
going to
the
be a very
Packers suck.
high-scoring game, but I think the Eagles get this one.
Get the fuck
Ooh, one more piece of advice I didn't give out yet. And we were remiss if I didn't. I am going to throw a little bit of money at an octopus, which I know most people
what's
don't
it-
know
What
what
is
an
that? I was going
octopus
to ask
is.
about what the fuck is that?
So, octopus is what happened last time we played the Eagles.
Right, it's
where a
it's
player
play.
scores a touchdown, and the same player scores a 2-point conversion. So, in essence, it'd be Jalen Hurts again getting a tush-push touchdown and running it
I
on
don't
the
think it's going to
2-point
be a tush push
conversion.
because they're not at the 1 though. They're at like the 2.5.
Right, and so it would be a regular. He did a regular quarterback keeper.
Oh, I got
When
you.
he did it on the 2-point
Yes, I know
conversion,
what
and the
you're talking
tush
about
push
now.
was a touchdown.
Yes,
so
that's-
that's what the octopus
I
is,
see,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
actually hit last time they
Yeah,
played.
That's right.
It's like plus 10,000, I think, again. So I mean, it's worth throwing $5 at just to see if it happens
See
again.
if you can make
You should bet 100 on it.
this coming from the guy who doesn't bet because he
Right,
likes money.
It ain't my money.
right.
I can tell people how to bet all I want.
I already took my profit out for the season. I'm
Yeah.
playing with house money right now, so it don't matter. It's
Put
fine.
it all. Put it all on it.
Put it all on black.
Yeah.
Put it
Put it
all
all
on
on
the
red. Sorry,
octo.
no, we have to put it all on red. Put it all on red for Chiefs.
Fuck that. Black 20. That's
Black
what's that.
20.
Black
That
20.
is the number.
That's my number.
That is the number. So, well, thank you again for coming to the
Appreciate you
show.
coming by.
Yeah.
If you
And letting
guys
us out of
are
here.
still with us, hopefully, I think we've been on a little over an hour.
Oh, is this live?
No.
Oh.
Come on, man.
Not
It's
even
live.
the show. I don't. You do it better than us as far as the stuff at the beginning. We give. Our
I
shit
don't
at the
watch any of my shows. You know that?
end. He doesn't either. It's
I
fine.
don't either. I listen
scroll
to them
through.
all, but I don't watch any of
Oh,
them.
I don't listen to any of them either.
So you're just the face that runs the place, and you're just like, put it out.
Yeah.
He's like, I was there. I don't need to fucking
Yeah, I
listen
know,
to it
I know
again. I know what
about
happened.
that,
You know, if you watch it one time, that's an extra view though.
Oh no, I always like click it just so I get a view. And then I post it.
Exactly.
Scroll over. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what you do. You don't have to watch it. Just click on it, scroll over to about 15 or 20 minutes, let it play for 5 seconds, and it counts as a view.
Pro tip cheating. That's how we do it.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Damn right.
It's the Texas way.
You ain't first. You ain't first or last.
First, you're last.
Why the hell would I say that, Bobby? That don't make no goddamn sense.
Yeah, listen to me. I was
You would
drinking
be
a lot
second
back in the
place,
day.
third place. Hell, I mean 5th place. Don't matter, Bobby. I was probably drunk when I said that.
Shake and bake.
Yeah, like goddamn it, down and living by that my whole life. Yeah, what idiot said that? You. Yeah.
So good.
Did I show
bad.
That's so good.
Did I show that meme where he asked Ricky Bobby, maybe if he could win one, and that was supposedly I shared. it
Oh,
where-
Josh
yeah,
Allen.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
He's like,
He goes, then what am I going to do? Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
You're right.
Then how am I going to win?
Well, how about
not
you
bad.
let me win one of these? Well, what the hell would I do then? Oh,
Yeah,
you're right, Ricky.
You're right. My bad.
well, thank you guys. It was fun. I appreciate you letting us do this here and joining us again
Yeah,
today.
you guys
It was
come
a
down
lot of fun. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Peace. We'll see you later from the Fatties Over 40 podcast. Brought to you by the Shop Cigar Lounge.
There we go. Come down to the shop, guys. Make this man some money.
Oh, good. All right, now I gotta go. No, it's not your fault. I stayed. In my car.